topic is that can black magic be done on dead people? Now, this many of you have written to me. Even there are a few doctors from New York who have written to me, who are actually pathologists as well. Another section of it is pathologist also, and even some doctors have written to me that few very surprising cases and incidences have happened in their hospitals. I would not name the hospital and the doctors, of course, because we keep that confidential. But they wrote to me on the mail, I think it was 2 years back, that we would want to know that is it possible that once the person is dead, after that his soul can go through some supernatural activity, or some kind of a black magic can happen, because few doctors told me that they have witnessed something like that happening in their house, something supernatural, something which is unknown happening. Now, yes, the answer to this question is that yes, definitely, even if the person is dead, the soul can be captured of the dead person, and the black magic can be done on that person. How? See, now you need to understand there are different processes in black magic. Evil black magics, these are not allowed, okay? But evil tantrics and people who are just doing this for the sake of money, they do this, and this is prevalent. You also need to understand that this is majorly practiced in different parts of the world, okay? Even in Africa, India, Benares, especially when you see there are incidences where when you actually go for the cremation, you will see people sitting out there to take the last ashes or the few unburned bones of the dead person. All that is utilized to do person who wants to do an evil practice, the black magic or capturing the soul, etc. So see, you need to understand, if recently you have come across any death of your near and dear ones, of course it's a very emotional thing, and it's an emotional setback that a whole family goes through, and especially if the person is really close to you emotionally, okay? So you tend to collect clothes, or you tend to keep things of that dead in your house further long also, especially the clothes. I have seen that people say that I have kept my mother's clothes, I have kept my father's clothes, my brother's, husband's, with due respect, anyone's clothes, because you have an emotional aspect attached, that she used to wear this or he used to wear this, and this is his favorite sari or a shirt or a shawl or anything. It can happen. This is something you should not do. Yes, many of you must be thinking that why Guru Didi is saying this, but see, it has an essence attached to it. I will explain you how. You need to understand that a person, when a person was alive, if person is having attachment, whether it's a jewelry, whether it is a cloth, whether it is anything, okay, don't you think that emotion, that strong emotion, can be carried forward even after death? The 13 days that we talk about after death, which is called the Tervi, we say that it's written in the Garud Puran that for 13 days the soul is roaming outside the house itself. It is not left the planet. Yes, I will not go into the details of it, the process, but yes. So meanwhile, if you come across any evil person in your family, relatives, or maybe a friend who's jealous of you, or somebody who wants to do something bad regarding you, okay, quickly they will snatch away the cloth of the person who's deceased, okay, and then can do a black magic or an evil process so that the soul can be captured. This I have seen in many black magic cases which have come to us, that the soul of the dead was captured through, the belongings of the person taken away by somebody very secretively. So that's why I say that whenever, if you have this mishappening, any loss of your near and dear ones, you must take all the clothes, all the belongings, mostly all the belongings. I'm not talking about the furniture and everything. I'm talking about especially the clothes, the things that used to be direct in touch with the body, okay, and burn them along with the dead body. Like for example, if you must have heard that in Egypt, still there is a tradition that, you know, whatever belongings, the most attached belongings that anybody had, the dead person had, all those things are kept inside with the grave of that person, so that if he or she would need that thing, they still believe. And also a gold piece, the ornament, water, food, everything is kept along. So they believe that, you know, the attachment and the soul that was attached with all these things will feel much more secure and feel much more comfortable with all those things. Okay, so there is a science behind that, that there is a philosophy behind that and depth behind that thing. Similarly, you should never keep the belongings of a person. Now, of course, I'm not talking about the jewelry that, you know, of course, if there's any ancestors jewelry that you have, you can keep that, but I'm talking about especially the clothes, or in particular item or showpiece or anything. If you think that was really, you know, important for the person, you should be very careful that do not keep it, because if it's misplaced due to whatever reasons, you can have a black magic done on the soul. Okay, and sometimes I've seen, especially in mothers and fathers cases, where their parents, one of the parents have died through their mother and father's soul. Okay, the soul got trapped, and even the family, the whole family got into black magic through that particular, you know, soul also. I've come across cases in that also. So don't do that. Okay, and don't wear also those clothes. Maybe you can keep one sari or one particular cloth of that person if you're really emotionally attached, but that also, I would advise that don't do that until unless you're protected, and until unless you think that, because, you know, sometimes you also feel that, you know, there's something supernatural which has started happening in my house, around my surroundings, after the death of my parent or my loved one. So it's not that some black magic is there all the time. Sometimes a person keeps on coming back for the attached things, you know, that he was attached with. You know, the soul keeps on coming back to the same place, to the same, you know, for the same cloth, or maybe the same, I don't know, it can be anything, for anything that, even the specs for that matter. I have seen, there were a couple of cases in which we actually figured out that the pen that the person used to write, that was his or her favorite pen, and the spectacles, he used to come back for, you know, he was so much attached with these two things that he used to come back, the soul used to come back for searching for that. Okay, so this is something that I'm saying, that yes, black magic can be done on dead people also, and people who are aware of the evil practices. The tantrics, they really know how to do this. So don't come into this trap. Be very careful. Burn all the clothes. Stay away from all the belongings. The person has left the human body, and you should also slowly you know, let the emotional aspect go and synchronize yourself with the reality. Okay, because this can be really dangerous in the Kali Yuga times. People have forgotten the meaning of it, but this can be really dangerous. Okay, so if you're going through any such thing, that after the death of the person you're feeling some sort of a supernatural activity happening around, maybe it's not supernatural activity, maybe it is the coming back of the dead by itself, and if that's not the case, it can be a black magic as well. So get your diagnosis done, get the case study done, and you will get to know whether it is, and this is important. Okay, so that's about it. I will come up with another topic next week. Till then, goodbye.